Ranger here from Team Yahtzee, coming at you with my deck profile of my Glads. If you heard Blue Ranger and Green Ranger talking, they kept wanting me to put up this deck profile, but I've been stalling because I've been a little bit busy, but now I have time. So here it is. I'm going to start off with the monsters. First up, 3, Lucari. Just basic guy of the deck. He starts off at 18. If he comes from the deck, he just turns into 21. Next up, 2 Darius. 17 beater. If he comes from the deck and gets his effect, you get a Gladiator Beast monster from your graveyard and special summon it to the field. He opens up plays for the deck, plays for days. Then I play 2 Exquisite. Get a Gladiator Beast card from the graveyard, add it to your hand as long as when you special summon from a Glad Beast. He's a 16 beater as well. He just helps you shuffle your War Chariot, which is really good in the deck. You need to keep recycling that War Chariot. Next up, 1 Bestiary. You have to play 1. He's good, and then he makes your best fusion monster. He's a 15 beater as well, which is pretty decent still. But another decent guy, I find very good use of him, Gladiator. There's some matches where you just need Game 1, remove 1 monster from the graveyard, or even multiple monsters from the graveyard, so you keep tagging in and out with him. He's a 12 beater, so he still pushes for a little bit of damage. You mainly want him for his effect, but then you can still do a little bit of a push. Another guy that I enjoy playing, I love playing, Marmillo. It's easy because you attack with someone, and then your opponent drops Gores, or Trag, or even just if you want to get rid of a Fader for some reason, or if you don't want them to have that field presence there, you just blow up them. You just use Marmillo to blow it up. Next up, I'm probably thinking about taking him out, but 1 Hippo. He's good, but then late game he's just bad against most decks. So if he comes from the deck, he comes at 24 defense. I'm thinking about taking him out for maybe like a Demon Kari or a Secutor. Not sure which one. When I show this to people, they're just like, why are you playing this guy? I find very good use of him. 1 Sam Knight. 16 beater. If he came from the deck and he has his effect, if you destroy a monster by battle and send it to the graveyard, search your deck for a Gladiator Beast card, add it to your hand. He's useful to search for your War Chariot and just have it in your hand and set it. 2 Test Tigers. Just helps you get monsters, get their effects. You can special summon it from your hand as long as you control Gladiator Beast monster, so it's not like you're wasting a turn to summon him. But he just helps your shenanigans be more shenanigan-y. But 14 monsters, 2 of them being a Test Tiger, you really need to search your deck. So you play 2 Proving Grounds. They're a rota for the deck. Then you just have your basic staples. Book, Heavy, Reborn, Dark Hole, 2 MST. Just basic staples, you know why. Next up, to keep your monsters so they're tagging in and out and protected, 2 Forbidden Lance. Just really good card, helps in a bunch of different situations. But back to what I was saying, the must-have trap in your hand to work against most decks. War Chariots. You play 3, so you at least open 1, and just a really good card to have multiples of. It's a counter trap, negates effects that activate. Why not? Basic staples, 2 Torrentials, Mirror Force, Solemn. You know why you play them. You just play them. And helping get rid of your opponent's monsters so your lower guys are free to attack. 2 Deprison and 2 Compulse. Just good cards to help against cards that just don't help, or that are just wrecking your deck. So you either bounce them or you remove them. Next up, to keep monsters on the field, which you need to keep doing, 2 Call the Haunteds. After that, to keep your little monsters surviving battle and just so they can tag in and out or just really good, helpful stall card. Wobbuku. I play 3 of them. I find them to be very useful at 3. I don't ever think I'd knock it down to 2. Next up, my personal tech card. I haven't seen a lot of other decks. Of course, you don't really see Glads nowadays, but the deck needs a little draw power, so 2 Horn of the Phantom Beasts. That's why I play a little bit more of Beast and Beast Warriors, just for that extra pump, and I get to draw a card. So you can even just pump your monster, draw a card, switch for something. Or you can just leave that monster there, keep swinging and drawing. Because having cards in your hand is good, because you really run out of your hand fast. So, but your champion fusion monsters and extra deck materials, just most of it you don't use, a lot of it you just recycle, which are champion number 1, Gyzaris. You need Bestiary and another fusion. Send him to the deck, special summon this guy, blow up the 2 cards on the field. Next up, champion number 2. He's real good against heroes as long as you get him out like couple turns early before your opponent starts to get set up. 2, Heraclinos. 3000 beater, Lucari, 2 other Gladiator beast monsters. And his effect is you can discard a card, negate a spell or trap card. You have room. You sometimes make this guy if you really need to. He's just a 25 beater, and he just takes any 2 Gladiator beasts. Asadari. He's a 5-star 25 beater, that's all. And then just basic Exceed monsters. Levier, Leviathan, Utopia, Butterfly, Maestroke. Roach, feel like he's still good in the extra deck, and Blue Ranger put me onto this. He said, "Why don't you just put it in there? You just have a bunch of room." 1 Shadow Armor Ninja. If you can make this guy and do shenanigans, and I don't know, just in there because Blue Ranger said, "Why not?" It's a why not moment. Let's talk a little about the deck. You have some good matchups, some bad matchups. The only really bad matchup you have is wind-ups doing the loop, because you need more than 1 card in your hand for this deck to work. You kind of need most of it, so you have like a monster and like a whole bunch of protection to keep that monster, because you need to, like you said, or like I was saying earlier, you need to tag, switch, and all that, just to control the board and whatnot. Good matchups. As long as you keep recycling your War Chariots, you're good against Insectors, or if you get actually wind-ups, as long as you have your Chariots and you start or something, or they start late, or something like that. I don't know, it's a little goofy, but deck works. It's average against some decks like Chaos Dragons and some of the bigger meta decks. But yeah, that's just the deck, and I'm not really going to go into my side because it's basic side stuff. So you can comment, like, subscribe. If you're going up Nats, I'll be up there with my teammates, Blue Ranger, Green Ranger, Black Ranger. Come up to us, say hi. Same thing as Green Ranger said in their other video. And just, we like enjoying talking to other players, seeing their point of views of the game, and blah blah, you know what I'm saying. So, this is Red Ranger signing off. Before I do that, actually, I'm going to give a shout out to Blue Ranger, Green Ranger, and Black Ranger. Hopefully, Black will get his deck list up soon. So, him and Blue Ranger are the only ones left to get theirs up. Once we get theirs up, we might throw in some fun decks or discussions and stuff like that. So, keep watching out for us. We're always here. We're starting our channel. So anything to help us out, you can definitely help us out by letting us know, telling us, yeah. So, once again, this is Red Ranger signing off.